Welcome back to my channel. Hello people. It is a very rainy day. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the rain is kind of crazy. I found my new favorite spots when it comes to filming. Now that the table is a little bit messy, I want to put my classic witch mood candle on from Home of the Wicked. I did an unboxing on my other channel, I believe it was, so I will link it up here. Remember, you can get 10% off if you buy something from their website. It's all down in the description box. And now that it is full moon in Leo today, happy full moon! Why not put this candle on if I could find my lighter? Found it. It smells delicious and it is perfect to use when you're putting your intention out for all the new magic. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that it doesn't destroy my black plant. I created this with the Halloween series that I created videos up here because it is on my own channel. But today I want to do a dark look, a witchy look, obviously because it's full moon in Leo. Leo is all about us expressing ourselves exactly how we want, without limitations. It's about being creative. So yeah, and you guys have been asking me to do more makeup videos. So here we are. I'm using my little mirror. I have my lip balm. This is the only one that I use because it's trustworthy. I trust it. It works. We are prepping our lips. As you guys can see, the hair is still orange. Well, it faded quite a lot, but I guess that is something you expect from it, right? You expect it to fade. Just a little bit. Alright. So I have different palettes. I mean, it's actually straightforward what I'm going to do, but you know, it's never straightforward. It's never straightforward. I have this one. It's very witchy. Ooh, maybe I actually should use that because it has a very beautiful base color that I need. I want to do a dark makeup, but I don't want it to be too dark. I also want to do lashes today because again, we are being creative. We are doing whatever we want to do. And down here I have some lashes that I already have used because no matter how cheap your lashes are, you can use them 1 or 2 times more. Okay. I did think about if I should do colored brows, if I should make them the same color as the hair, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm going to use my trustworthy brow definer from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Normally I used the little paint pot. I don't think that's what you call it. Brow dip, I think that's what it was called, with my pencil. But then I found my old brow definer and I tried it for a while and I was like, this is actually good. Why did I stop using it? Normally I would do foundation first, but because we are doing a dark look, I'm actually going to do the makeup look first before I do foundation. Yes. It should be it should become very stormy tomorrow. Already now I can feel that the storm is coming. Normally I use my Hourglass primer, but now that I'm just filming, I don't feel like I need it. I use my paint pot from MAC. This is in soft oak. Normally I don't use it. I have used it a lot. It's actually a long time since I used it, but because of today, because I show you guys what can help your makeup pop, I will use it. But I will say, normally when I just do my normal makeup, I just, as I said, I put my foundation on first, and I just put foundation on my eyes. And it works because I have a good foundation. You cannot do it with a shitty foundation. And some of you guys might be like, what is a shitty foundation? Like everything that's like drugstore. Well, I guess that you can say that because you can actually get good brands in a drugstore. But this I cannot get to work. L'Oreal's foundations I cannot get to work with it. This one I can't either. Milano or Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1. Yeah, no, it's also the wrong color. The only one I use is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. That keeps your eyeshadow perfect on your eyes all day. But as I said, because of today, I'm going to use that. And obviously you can take a finger, you can dip it, you can do this. Yeah, but I don't want to do that because my fingers are still a little bit sensitive when it comes to makeup and other things. So I am still a little bit careful. If you want to know why that is, video up here. But I take my brush that I have used for foundation. I feel like I have changed my routine of how to put makeup on of late. I actually don't know if this is going to work. Because I think that it actually does need heat. Should we just do it? Ah! Living on the edge. Dipping my finger down. It's also, I mean, this is used. I used it up a lot when we are in LA because of the humidity and everything. It does feel very dry, but I think that we can, yeah. I probably should actually buy a new one, but putting a little bit under my eye. I mean, it does already do a very good job if you don't want to have makeup on, if you just want to have concealer on or something like that. It removes the redness, the tiredness. We are all a little bit more tired when it comes to full moons. And we are all a little bit more emotional. But as I said, this Leo full moon is very happy, very powerful and positive. It's really opening up for all the new magic. Yeah, that's it. I mean, these lasts over a year because again I don't use them all the time. The struggle with not being able to find it, the top of it again. Oh, it's here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my flat brush, very flat. This is from e.l.f. So it's a cheap one. I actually think one of my customers forgot this one many years ago, and it's stayed here ever since. I am actually going to take something. But let me know, do you celebrate, I guess you can say, full moons and new moons, or are you just like, what is that? Like, oh. Hand sanitizer with lavender. And I wanted to put it on the mirror because the mirror is dirty. Let me know if you are getting ready with me. Are you also doing makeup today? Or are you just here to learn something? Okay, so I do use the, what is it actually called? Prophecy. The white one. I take a lot. And I always start out with just pressing it on. I take it halfway. Lord. I recently really got into the band. What's it called again? I'll write the name now. Obviously, I can't remember. And I never knew how to pronounce it until I saw one of my favorite YouTubers visiting the grave and talking a lot about it, like what happened. And I was like, oh, so that's how you pronounce the name. And also just the history behind why they got the name. It's very fascinating. And then I dig deep, because obviously a lot of the members died in a plane crash. And just the story behind, you know, like the singer actually knowing that he would never turn 30, that he would die before. He died in that plane crash, and I think it was 4 weeks before he turned 30. And he had said to his band member who survived the crash that he would die with his boots on. And apparently he also, like, when the plane, I mean, it's kind of crazy. I actually saw the movie that is done, can you say that? That the guy who survived was a part of creating. He has a very beautiful name. What was it again? Artemis, I think. Is it Artemis? Very beautiful. Like, he explained what happened. He said that the singer, he was just like, okay, well, we're going down. He's very relaxed about it. Like, he knew he would not survive it. How crazy is that? But that's something you see a lot, that people know when they are leaving this earth. Okay, I'm using this one again because I don't know where my brushes are. And I want to do this look dark, but I don't want to do it too dark. So I would take some gray. This is called Cloak. It's this one. And we're just going to dip it halfway. I mean, the colors are bomb. There's a lot of power in the gray. I'm taking my fluffy brush, the round one, and I'm going to dip it into the prophecy, the white one, and start blending. Again, makeup is all about just blending. Ooh, that smell! Can you smell that smell? That was, by the way, from that band. I was listening to it when I was getting ready. I just dipped it in the gray a little bit. So you just go back and forth with putting it in the white and then the gray. Mixing it up a little bit. And then softly, softly, oh so tender, you're blending. Yes, listen, I do not know the terms for the eyes. the makeup terminology. I'm just doing things. Sometimes we can get lost in trying to perfect things with the way that you pronounce things or the way that you do things. I mean, my motto is just do things. Because we sometimes get scared if we have to do something a certain way, right? So now I'm going to take another palette. I mean, again, do how you feel doing it. I know I'm using different palettes and some of you guys might just have one palette. Do not let that scare you that I take or use 2 or 3 palettes. But I'm using the Violet Voss Pro palette. And I'm going to dip it into the I believe this is the Bestie. I dip it in once, and I use that for both. Yeah. It's a long time since I did a dark look. So let's see. And then I go into the Prophecy, the white one again. Maybe I should just remove the gray. Very important. And dip, dip, dip. And then we, without putting anything on it, we're just blending it out. Yeah! And then I know that I have like a, yeah, this one is thin. Dip it in the gray. And I just put it under the eye. Until here. Alright, I want to have an eyeliner, but I don't think I'm going to do the eyeliner yet. No. Because, ooh, I actually do need something. I come with a bouquet of brushes because I need this one. These are washed. This one broke, so I'm going to fix this at some point. But I love to use these very, very tiny brushes when I use black. And I am going to use black. I don't know if this one is black. Well, kind of, but it's a little bit shiny. And I do not want to have shiny, glimmery colors. The glimmery, shiny colors are good for this part, the first part. But for the outer parts, under and around, you do want to use matte colors. There's a palette that I really want to use, my Kat Von D Sinner, but I don't know where it is. So I'm going to use my very old Kat Von D eye palette, because it does have black. This is used. But black is black, and I'm just going to dab it off and just put it in the crease. Hello, Rain. And then I use this one. It's the same as the other one that I used to blend with, but this is a little bit more tiny. And I'm going to dip it in the gray. And again, blend it in. Doing the circle movements. Ooh, that's real! That song is just stuck in my brain. I dipped it in the black a little bit and in the gray. Okay. And I'm taking the tiny flat brush and dipping it in black, and I'm just going to put it under here, the first part. And a little bit up here. Again, it's about, you know, just going for it. Painting. It's like painting a picture, right? You're mixing the colors, you blend, try out. And now, I think we are ready for the foundation. Shaking it up. And I'm using this. Candle is making noises. Try not to use too much. It's expensive drops. Can I put the over here. Oh my god. Yeah, so I am mixing the foundation up with the other ones that I have laying around. Because I'm not going anywhere. For me, the makeup doesn't need to stay. So I put a little bit of this one in. I am very light, and these colors are not my color. But again, for the sake of today, and I'm just going to film, I'm using them. Taking a brush, using the back. This is probably not enough, but we're going with it. And then I'm just using the leftover. It's a good idea to have either your pans handy. I just have my weird pants on that I can smoosh this off in. And I'm just doing this. Shaping it a little bit. And I go in with my beauty blender. And the only beauty blender that I use is from Real Technique. It is damp, is that what you call it? Like you make it wet. And then you squeeze it in a towel. And I wash it every day. Every day that I use it, I wash it again. Before that I use it. Don't let it get too... don't let the foundation soak in too long, too many days. Because otherwise it is not easy to get off again. Okay. Ooh, that smell! And then we just dip. Again, don't do this or this. You dippity dip, dip, dip. Or maybe it is actually enough. I think it's going to be enough. But the color is definitely not mine. I also need to do waxing again. The hairs are coming back. All my girls out there, you know what I'm talking about. It is like yellow. The foundation is like a little bit yellow in it, and I think it's this one that actually does it. I think it dries in weird. It oxidizes. Is that, how do you call that? Like foundations does something when it dries into your skin. And also if you put powder over, which you should always do if you use foundation, the color can also change. So the trick that some of the drugstores do, where they put it on your hand or on your cheek, and then, you know, if it matches, it matches. That's not how it works. You really have to ask where you buy your foundations, if it's Sephora or Ultra, wherever it is. Ask for a little, what do you call that? Yeah, a little test of it. Is that how you say that? I mean, in Denmark you get that. You get stuff like this with you, yeah, where they put a little squeeze in NC15. I think that is the color that I used for MAC back then when I used that, but I don't use that anymore. Because I don't feel like it gives that much cover for my skin. So I'm just going to let it soak in a little bit before I use the powder. So I'm going to use this baby now. So it has two sides. It obviously has the dingy dingy, And it has the brushy. Comes in very handy. This one is in color granite, so it's like a gray, kind of black gray, yeah, something like that. It's very dark. Just brush it out. I just follow the hair. My brow game always changes. Always changes all the time. So I don't push too hard. And then brushing it out a little bit. That's it for now. So now you have to make them look like each other just a little bit. Which, I mean, let's be honest, eyebrows are never supposed to be twins. They're just supposed to be sisters. And I don't like to use too much time on them. But for some reason this eyebrow is easier. So I just roughly mark them up. And then I have this lovely thing. There's also a very flat one that I use to just paint them in. No, that's not how you say that. I form them, I guess you can say that. I shape them. Putting foundation on it and then just simply form them however you like. Not too much foundation, but just enough. And also, like I mentioned, this makeup is not, you know, I don't do this on a daily day because obviously I do a little bit more. It's extra going out, being a little bit more witchy makeup. And the more that you do it, the more you play around, the better you get. That's how it is with everything in life. The more you try it out, the more you practice, the better you get. So when I have customers telling me like, oh, I'm never going to be able to do makeup like you do, I'm always like, you are. It's just a matter of practicing and not give up. That's how I learned it. I mean, I never, taking this one to flat it out, I never took any education when it comes to makeup, when it comes to photography. I have never been good at school. I needed just to go out there and just do my own thing. And that's also something you can see on my makeup and on the way that I take pictures. Now we do more foundation. And obviously, photo shoot makeup is also something that is very different from normal makeup, because I always think about the lights. The light does have a tendency to, you know, steal a lot of the makeup effect. Like you can see now, it looks very white. So more is more. I guess that's how you say that. More is more. And you can obviously be a little bit more creative and crazy when it comes to it. But if you have any makeup related questions, put them down in the comment. Because then I can do a video where I answer all that. Okay, I think now, yeah, I think that's good. So I just make sure that the foundation is blended out around the brows, because sometimes it looks stupid if you can see that you have lines from where you fix it up. The powder I use is from Youngblood, High Definition in transparent, and it is hydrating mineral perfecting powder because I have normal to dry skin, so my skin needs a lot of hydration, and it's very soft to the touch. When you touch it, it's like silk. I love it so much, and it's not really a expensive brand. I have my big fluffy powder brush. Well, it's not the biggest, but it's handy. It is from Rouge and Row. It is their Dragon collection. So I just give it a good dunk, and I tap, 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 tap. Again, don't do this. And one more tap. So there is no color in it, it's just sealing it off. But because I use the other two different foundations, it does change the color of it a little bit, I feel. Yeah. Okay. And then to the fun part, which is contouring. I always jump back and forth when it comes to my makeup. Then I do this and I do that. So the brows are not done, the makeup is not done, but now I just want to get this done. So I use the Kat Von D contouring. I have had this palette for years and years and years and years and years. Not gonna lie, I think I have had this for 7 years. It's still here because I do not use much. And well, you can see that I use these more than this one, but normally I actually just dip them all. I dip them all, and I just, under the cheekbones, I just carefully blend it in. And up here, again, everyone has their own routine when it comes to contouring. Because some people like to use cream contouring, like before you put foundation on. I cannot get that to work. And again, because I'm filming and taking pictures today, I am going in strong. I would normally not do that, but today I do. And obviously we cannot forget this, which I'm also again dipping in the darkest and putting it under to create more shadow. And a little bit here. I am not the biggest fan of nose contouring because I feel that a lot of the times you can really see it. But that's not the point, because with the sides, with, you know, bringing the focus to the middle of your face with the contouring, you can get away with that because you don't see it as heavy. But with the nose, because that it's the thing that sticks out the most of your face, it's easier to spot if people are going a little bit overboard. Wait. I'm really not a fan of this foundation. It doesn't stick to the skin as good as if I just use the other one. Okay, so now I use this one. Probably should take this away, but I'm not going to. This one I have also had for 7 years. And you can see that. Because that one and that one is the ones that I use most. Obviously because I am fair skinned. I have tried to fix this many times. I use my Morphe highlight brush, and again, I gotta just do this. I have another one that I actually normally use on a daily basis if I just do my normal basic makeup. But I do like a little bit of shine, not gonna lie. But the other one is also an old one, is the Too Faced Candlelight Glow. This one also broke, so I also fixed it. White and pink, but it's also very cute. Whew, people, today we're really going crazy with the makeup. Okay, let's fix the brows. So I'm just going back in and I'm just drawing them up carefully as I want. Giving them the last touch up. Yeah. I mean, again, they do not look like each other. They do not like each other, no. But this is how it is. And then I'm just going to go in with this one quickly, without dipping it in anything, and just blending out. Using my trustworthy Kat Von D tattoo liner, Trooper Black. This is the best. The best of the best of the best. And I am making it a little bit thicker, obviously, because the look is supposed to be a little bit more dramatic, and I just put it halfway. And now we have to do the same on the other one. This is even a struggle for me, even though I've done it for years. It is easier to do it with open eyes, for me. And then looking down, because you can really be as perfectionistic as you want. If you do it up, it's just no. And if you do the stretchy thing, no. Well, for me it doesn't work, but I think that this is actually pretty well off. Then should we try to do the lashes, because I know a lot of you guys also want to learn how to put lashes on. So it dries very quickly, so I feel like it's already dry. But this simply just makes the eyelashes a little round. It can be scary to use, but again, you don't have to do much. But in the past, I have been very scared of doing it, and you should never do this after you have put mascara on. And normally I use my Helena Rubinstein mascara, but I haven't had that for a while because it is a little bit expensive and I don't want to use that kind of money on that. So this one I actually got from one of my customers who work with this brand. New Color, I don't know what it's called, because then I don't have to use my Clinique. The mascara that I use right now is this one from Clinique. It's actually pretty good. It's not as good as Helena Rubinstein, but yeah. So I'm just putting one layer on. And you should always put one layer of mascara on before you put lashes on. Because lashes are black and your own lashes are a little bit more grey brown. So if you don't put mascara on first, it's easier to spot that you have lashes on. See, the battery is blinking. Yeah, let it dry. Here they are, cheap eyelashes. I have my normal squeezer, I have my fake eyelash squeezer, I have my glue. Never use the glue that follows in the package with the eyelashes, because that's shite. I use Duo. I don't know if it's a Danish thing. This is the green one, and it comes with like this application, which is so easy. So yeah. So what I do first is figuring out what side is the right one. The longer side is obviously the side that goes out, and the one with less hair or shorter hair is the inner corner. So I put on a good amount of the glue, and I let it sit so it gets taggy, because if it's too wet it hops around and it doesn't stick to the skin, or the skin. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but damn. And even though you can see that the glue is like kind of like a blue shimmery thing, it dries and becomes invisible. So we just blow a little bit on it. And the easiest way is to do it this way. Put it in the middle. And then you adjust it. There. Relax. I do understand Moon does not want to go outside. I might need to take a little bit more eyeliner so that it follows the line. But I think this is good. So now we take the other one. I mean, it is this quick, and obviously it's easier for me to say it is this quick, but if you do it a couple of times, again, Übung macht den Meister, like you say in German. I'm not German, so if I said it wrong, it's not my fault. But it simply means that, the more you practice, the better you get at it. Okay. This side is a little annoying, so what we do is that we take our little cute application and we put a little bit on the skin, and we put a little bit on the lash, whatever you want to do. We hold it for a little bit. Yes. Ta-da! Then we let it dry. I mean, it does make a big difference to have lashes on. It does. And it is fun to do. And again, these are cheap lashes, and it's not like they look like cheap. we wait. I take the mascara and I just put a little bit on. Again, the glue dries pretty quickly. That's also why I love to use Duo. And now that we have foundation on our lips, I use my trustworthy lip balm. And normally I use a Cupid. Is that what you call that? Cupid. I don't think that's what you call that. Is it? No. The things you stick in the ear. You can also use a brush. Clean brush. Easy peasy. It's gone. Put them on. I was actually thinking about making black lips. We are also doing the hair. It is not washed. It hasn't been washed in 3 days. I'm trying not to wash it too much. So it should actually be easy to curl and do things with. Because I want to try something else. I want to try to... Well, I do want to curl it up a little bit and see if I can raise this up. Alright, so I found a black lipstick because we are going all in. I have my mirror because I want to do the curls. And we are going to try to lift up the hair, or the top of the hair. Okay, this one doesn't work. Trying new things. We are really going in for it. Okay, much better. And I have my glove because I do want to spray a little bit of the dry shampoo because it lifts the hair. And that is what we want. And I have realized that using the glove actually does a big difference when it comes to massaging it in. And obviously now I don't have a brush. Okay, so I need to figure out where I want the and I think I'm going to take it here. Question is if we should just try to make it all. Well, let's take the lipstick on first, shall we? It's just black. I don't know what it's called. Witches! Well, we are witchy today. Alright. We are ready with being witchy. So I'm taking... I mean, it's a long time since I did this. I normally don't do this because I don't want to mess up my hair. But, YOLO. It's not going to get destroyed from me doing this once. Then I use Schwarzkopf. Damn. Question is, this is so fun. I'm so excited to see how much more puffy my hair is going to be, because I'm not the one with a big amount of hair. So everything I can do for it to actually look bigger, I gladly do. Okay. I actually totally forgot that this is possible. But I do need to color it again. But I also think that it looks a little bit more washed out, because that I do use this, because it does have a tendency to do that with the hair. So I blame that as well. Okay. So now that it's done, and I just put a little bit here. I'm trying not to. Maybe I should just put you away. This one is ready. I'm going to put it up in heat. Again, it's just the lower part of the hair that I'm just going to give a little bit of shebang. Shebang, bang, 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 bang. Not too much. No. Making the curls out. What? Is that how you call that? What do you call that? Like this. Then they don't turn in. Oh, boo! So it's not because that I use that long on the hair. It just needs a little, oh my god, little love. A little bit love. A little love. And normally, I'm gonna try this now. I actually use a curler that's thinner. It tends to work better for my hair if I want to have a lot of curls, but now that it's just to give it a little whoosh, we're doing this. Don't have all day. It is hard to see because everything is just black and black and black. Okay, how do I do this now? How much do we have here? After I cut it, I really feel like I have more hair. It's so crazy. Boop. Oh, that was nice warm. I just twisted a little bit. That you can do as well. And I probably could just put a little bit more hairspray on it, but again, we're not going anywhere. We just want a little bit of shebang. That's all. But you can see that I'm not really, you know, taking that much time to really make them cute and simple. I'm just going for it. Ah! Okay, this one will be rolled up. Dun 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 dun. But it really doesn't look that curly. It really doesn't. I think that is it. That is what I feel like doing today. So a little bit more hairspray, because you can't get enough of hairspray. And then we just boodle-oodle, and we just try to make sure that the parts that we this. I know a lot of people, when they want this to be round, that they do this. There's something special that they do, right? Oh yeah! Huh! Look at that! I wonder if I can do that here too. Smart! My table is so dirty. Oh my god. As beautiful as it looks, I can't wait to wash it out again. I just feel like there's a lot of my hair. This is the look, people. It is a dark, witchy look without being too dramatic. But we are still dramatic. We are still witchy. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this getting ready with me. So now I'm going to prepare and film for my other channel on this magical Leo full moon. And with that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.